Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
Okay, here we go. It is a Tuesday here in the heart of Mandarin. Glad to be here at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Of course, we're here every Tuesday. Good folks here. They've been very hospitable to us with our show, the Young and Norvelle Show. Off and running. Pat will not be on today. Talked to him earlier. We had a meeting earlier today. He's tied up. But we got a lot of stuff to get to with this guy, Trenton Torsia. Hey, bud.
How are you?
I'm doing well watching this. We got a lot to get to. Jaguars made a couple moves. We'll get to it. I'm ready to hand the starting running back job to one of the guys now. I've seen enough. We'll get to that. Jaguars made a couple, I think, more camp moves. You got a couple offensive linemen banged up. They go out and let's go ahead and get that real quick. Jaguars earlier today, they've signed offensive lineman Jerome Carvin, running back Kevin Harris. They waived wide receiver Darius Lassiter and Eli Mostert, defensive lineman. I think these two, particularly the offensive linemen, Harrison didn't play the other day. The other backup, I'm losing his name, he didn't play the other day. I think you got a couple more weeks. You got at least this double deal with Miami. You need bodies. I don't think these are any, man, we're going to fill a gap. I think it's just bodies, camp bodies.
Well, it is camp bodies unless your guys can't get healthy.
Yeah.
So you've got to look at it like,
sure,
we've got to backfill somewhere, some way. Trevor's got to stay upright this year.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, it's going to be a problem for him.
But
so
I think it's no coincidence.
It's bench stuff, right?
Yeah.
They always talk about, hey, how can we improve our bench strength?
Yeah, and the running back, Kevin Harris, guy out of South Carolina, I vaguely remember him. Unless I missed something, I don't think the Jaguars got any injuries at the running back position the other day. But I guess you just get banged up maybe. But you got to have bodies to practice.
Yeah,
and they're gonna go at it pretty good, I think, on Thursday with the Dolphins, and then some cuts have been made. We'll get some more real quick with the Jaguars. I've seen all I need to see. If I'm running out the starting offense and a feature back, which I get it. NFL teams a lot of times now have two backs that carry the load. But there's one feature generally. I'm pushing all in with Tank Bigsby. I think Bigsby gives you a little more. I think I was impressed with his shiftiness the other day. He caught that down the line screen, and I think he's going to give you more short yardage than ETN. I don't love either one of them, but I think Bigsby would be my guy, giving me a little more in the toolbox.
Okay, so if you look at it, you could use ETN as the change of pace guy, because he can catch the ball out of the backfield and do those sort of things. Remember, he was a first-round draft pick, wasn't he?
Yep.
So, you look at that.
And then remember, he got hurt, right? He missed his whole first year.
Yes.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, so then you look at that and you go, I don't know. If your name's Tank, you're probably a pretty good running back, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
He would think.
Hey, Tank.
Not a bad nickname.
Hey, Tank.
Go ahead, running
Tank
back
through the hole.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on short yardage, because I think that the teams that win in the NFL are the physical teams that ground and pound. If it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, you could say Philadelphia with the tush push or whatever, but their lines of scrimmage are physical. And I think the Jaguars lack that.
Oh, absolutely. And that may be why you want to go with a little bit more of a burly back than
than a scat back.
Than ETN. We're trying to track this game. 5-3. Now is it 5-4? The first game of what we hope is 2. Milwaukee at Chicago. The Cubs 9 back all of a sudden because Milwaukee won't lose.
They can't lose.
They're supposed to play 2 today. They were supposed to play 2 yesterday. Got 1 in. This is supposed to be 5 games in 4 days, and the last time these two get together. So the Cubs really need 4. They really need to win the last 4. Painful for the Cubs here now. It's 5-4 Cubs. What, in the 5th inning? It was 5-0. The Cubs jumped out 5-0. So this one, I mean, you lose this one to go 10 back you are all wild card probably. You're all wild card.
Well, we talked
and there's
about
only 37 games left.
Yeah, we talked about it pre-show. It's like Milwaukee can't lose, but they play a different brand of ball. They don't play bomber ball like a lot of the other clubs do. So it's a situation where I think was it 2 weeks ago we did this, maybe 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
6 of their starters are like under 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
So these scrappy ball player that does what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Brewer brand ball.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We got a lot of baseball to talk about. We'll track this game, but they're in the top of the 6th, and here come the Brewers, man. They're down 5-4 and charging. Yeah, this would be devastating. You go down 10, you've only got now 3 more to play, and you got 37 games. I mean,
no, you'd have
10
to
and
play,
37. It's all wild card from here.
You'd have to play 800 baseball down the stretch. I think
it is tough. A lot going on with baseball. So a little bit of movement on the Jaguars roster that we told you about. I'm pushing all in with Bigsby. A lot to get to today on the program. NFL news and notes, including, oh boy, I don't know how he'll respond, but you see where AR, Anthony Richardson, did not get the nod. Daniel Jones gets the starting day nod for the Colts. And I mean, where do you start? Do you start with Anthony Richardson, or do you start? I don't think anybody thinks that Daniel Jones is any great shakes. And he has quickly, by the way, came in. He's only been around that team for 6 months.
Yeah.
He has, I don't want to say unseated, but he's gotten the first nod by management, coaching staff.
Well, he was a first-round draft pick, very high pick, top 5 pick,
Fourth pick.
Yeah, 4th pick with the Giants. And they ended up letting him go. What does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly.
They're not even trying to give him a chance.
Mid-season, they let him go, I think.
I think they benched him, and then they said, yeah, we're not renewing or whatever on that rookie contract. Then you end up.
No, I think they just let him go in the middle of the season.
Was it?
Casey may remember. I may be misremembering this, but I think they just said, you don't have to go, but you got to get out of here.
I didn't think it was.
I don't know. Maybe I'm.
Well, but the point is, they didn't want him. And by the way, the Giants are no huge program.
Yeah.
It's, they're not winning a lot of games. They're not playing in the playoffs. And so you look at it and you go, all right, they're a mess. And then AR, a couple weeks ago, I was listening to something on the radio, and they said that he didn't play much college football.
No,
so
he didn't.
Like, how many games?
Never stayed healthy.
No.
No. But, I mean, you know what you've got with Anthony Richardson. It's not like, well, let me tell you, if he gets 6 more games under his belt, he's going to be he's a guy that just throwing the football is not natural. He can throw it to Mars.
Right.
But, I've used this example a million times. Some guys, if I took my 5 best athletic friends and we went to the carnival or the fair, and we played the throw the softball at the plate game, right? 1 or 2 of these great athletes just don't have feel. I don't think he has a feel for throwing. I think he's the kid, and I've said this before, he's the kid that when he was 12 years old, Anthony Richardson, bumping around in Gainesville, bored out of his mind, summer, hot as hell, nothing's going on. Kids are running around looking for stuff to do, as kids invariably do. They stumble onto an old closed warehouse somewhere in Gainesville, right? They see it. It's got a bunch of windows. A bunch of them are broken. They look down. There's a bunch of rocks, and there's an old warehouse with windows. What are they going to do? Anthony Richardson and his 2 or 3 buddies pick up the rocks and start throwing at the windows. These 2 hit the windows and break them. Richardson misses the building. Sometimes you just don't have a feel. How many times have you seen a running back? And my God, is anybody more athletic than running backs? I mean, they are athletic, put together fools. How many times have you seen a running back take a toss sweep in a game, college or NFL, take a toss sweep, starts going around the end, pulls up and throws a pass. And it's the most awkward-looking pass, even though this guy's 6'1", 210 pounds, runs a 4.45 40, can jump right. Some people just can't. I don't think he has everybody can't throw a strike and can look good on the mound. and they can throw it 101 miles an hour. But I think Anthony Richardson is a guy that, number one, just can't throw a strike.
You know what? That's as fair an assessment that I've heard from him, or about him, I should say. So I don't know what the answer is. I mean, the answer is you took a reach on him. Everybody thought that, right?
Yeah.
In the draft.
I mean,
it's like, man,
he's that ultimate.
And then he was the head coach. What's his name?
Where are you going?
He lasted a year.
Okay.
So now you got a new head coach, you got a new system, and all that stuff. So that's not fair to the player.
Yeah.
And so you look at that, and then you go, well, okay, what's the NFL prototypical quarterback look like now? Well, we want versatility. We don't want a pocket guy. Okay. But you still have to
get consistency.
But you still have to complete passes.
He's the guy. Richardson's the guy that if 10 is a great play and if 1's a terrible play, if
he's a 4.
I want all 10s. Okay. Nobody gets that. But I want my guy to settle in and average a 7.5, 8. Richardson gives you a 10 and a 2 this play. And then he gives you a 9.5 and a 4. Then he gives you another 10, but a 1.
So where does he come out at? Like
how does
5.5?
How do you put? And I think we've seen it. I wasn't big on him at Florida. He made splash plays, but that position you got to be consistent.
I know, but he used his legs so much, so it's like we start looking at that and you go, oh, he can sling it. Terry, what's it take? 160-yard completion pass for people to go, wow.
Yeah.
So now the wow factor enters in.
Yeah.
And it's like, this guy's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But he's not.
And I didn't want it all to be about Anthony Richardson. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles this. He's probably never been benched in his life. Injured, but not benched in his life, as he's always just been able to athletic himself through. And I don't know contract situations. Some of that bogs me down and all. But you wonder. You just wonder. It's ready. You wonder. Gosh, what is this? His third year now there? Third year. I know it's been chopped up, but at some point, what do you do with this cat?
He did sit out too.
Yeah.
At crunch time.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I also remember that?
Yeah.
Pulled himself out. I also just jotted down some other quarterback situations, NFL news and notes and stuff. What about Cleveland's quarterback situation? They name 150-year-old Joe Flacco the starter, at least for now. They've got Kenny Pickett, who I thought was going to be decent in the league. I missed on him. Kenny Pickett. They've got Shedeur Sanders, and they've got Dylan Gabriel. What do you does Pitt? At first glance, you think Pickett goes. One of the other guys has got to be your back. What do? You can't keep 4. Right?
No, because somebody's got to go to the practice squad.
That's what I'm saying. But what do you? I mean, if Flacco's your starter for now, what do you do? I mean, do you keep Kenny Pickett as your backup, or if you get a Kenny Pickett, is the season over anyway? So why not Gabriel or Sanders? Or if you keep Pickett, do you got to whack one of the right? You whack Gabriel or Sanders. Well, they were both late picks, but what do you do with that situation?
Well, there's two things. One, if you put one of them on the practice squad, they can get scooped up, which I think Shedeur would.
I don't know, man. He went, the 6th round, fifth round?
How are you doing if Joe Flacco is your starting quarterback? I mean, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
Right? So it starts there.
Another example of how can you expand the NFL.
Oh, by the way, the organization's broke because they're still paying Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So that is a bad deal, man.
It's going to be fun/ugly to see how that plays out. That's going to be fun/ugly. The Giants. Why do I have just a feeling? I think Jackson Dart's going to end up grabbing that job. I think he can play. I think he's a gamer.
He's a ball player.
I think he can play. And I get the Wilson stuff and all. I know I'm just bouncing around.
Yeah, but
jump in if you want.
So the whole Wilson thing is you've got the experience in the game management, but blah, blah, blah.
blah.
Blah, blah is right, because Jackson Dart's been on fire.
Yeah. I think Dart's going to be a pretty
and they
good
go, well,
quarterback
he's facing the
in that
twos and the
league.
threes and all that. It's like, well, pump the brakes for a minute, because the twos and threes in the NFL are a heck of a lot better than the ones in college football for the most part, right? Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So he's not been terrible, and he's actually been, I think, better than advertised, at least in the eyes of the public. I don't know about the scouts.
Yeah.
So I think I think you're right with that. I think you're dead on.
It'll be a mess. But
I'd love to bet against
Dart,
you, but I can't.
Give me Dart. I think he's got something. He's got that. He's talented, but he's got some sandlot play in him. When you have to make a sandlot play, he's got that. I think he's tough.
Name a guy who reminds you of. I've got one in my mind.
He reminds me, and I'm not saying his career or anything, because this guy's a Hall.
No,
he reminds me of Brett Favre.
100%.
Yeah, he's got that Brett Favre sandlot.
And we didn't stage this, by the way. I'll just tell you right now, it's the same guy.
Brett Favre.
The old gunslinger.
Another quarterback situation, and tell me why I'm wrong here. If you're the New Orleans Saints, I would just go ahead and cut Tyler Shuck or whatever. The guy can't play. And I know Spencer Rattler's no gangbusters, but my God, they're going to be so miserably bad, the Saints. Why let Shuck even get on the plane? I mean,
what are your options?
You keep Spencer Rattler and go give some street free agents a chance. I mean, Shuck is a street free agent.
Like they do with kickers?
Yeah, bring it in. This guy was working throwing boxes at UPS. Wednesday.
May he rest in peace. Remember Mike Leach?
Oh, yeah.
When he's like, remember the kickers, anybody who ever played soccer or played pee-wee football or anything, we're having open tryout.
Yeah, remember that? And that's been done in college a lot.
He's done it a few times.
Back in the old days when they had newspapers, newspapers on campus back in the day, they'd take out an ad. They'd take out an ad the following Monday when the scholarship guy missed 3 of 4.
Yeah.
How'd that guy feel? Open tryouts.
Yeah. In the era of social media, he's got somebody sending him something that has the moving truck backed up to his apartment or whatever.
Yes. There's some college football quarterback battles I want to get to today on the show as we cruise along. We got some sports history. We'll get into some more Major League Baseball, including, you know me, I love me some Jack Caglione. He's been hurt. He's on a rehab assignment.
Love the guy.
He's been out. Absolute murdering AAA pitching. Murdering. His day's coming up. You got to be on IL for so long. And
you designate whatever it is.
He's almost coming back. There's an awkward situation, though. Kansas City has, and I hate to say this, but they're in a pretty good run, the Royals, and it kind of started when Cags got hurt and went out of the lineup. So stay there. They're now 64-61. They're several games above 500. They're 3.5 games out of the wild card, the final wild card spot. And you sit here and go, this group of Royals, they've kind of played good ball. Do you mess with it? Because he's going to be ready. But here's intoxicating. Speaking of intoxicating great athletes, Caglione goes to Omaha, the Storm Chasers. That's their AAA team.
Right.
What was it? 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? He is 11 for 20. That's a smooth 550 average. 2 home runs, 4 doubles, 2 walks, only 1 strikeout. But, I mean, do you mess with the little chemistry that's going on? Or do you go, gosh, we could use one more big bat? Maybe a guy like that, I think he's going to have a nice career. And a guy like that, the light's going to come on at some point. Maybe it just came on. I don't know. What do you do?
Well, we both played baseball. And if you look at it, you go, well, there's 2 schools of thought. You don't mess with the karma, right?
Yeah.
I mean, karma's a good thing. But in my opinion, you don't keep him out of the lineup. Yeah. If he's healthy and ready to go,
you bring him back.
You put him in the lineup. I mean,
he was hitting 140 or whatever, 160.
But he's got enough versatility that you could – somebody's going cold.
Yeah.
Put him in for that player.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Tough call.
Otherwise, you just let it ride.
Because, it looked like when Cags got called up, Kansas City, they were hanging around, but they spent the majority of the year 4 or 5 games under 500. Now, they were 6 games, 5 games, 4 games behind the wild card, so they still – and then they brought Cags up thinking he may be the big bat. They don't have a lot of power.
Right.
So they bring Caglione up. He struggles, and they just kind of keep losing, right? But they were in that 5, you can't punt yet. So Cags gets hurt, leaves the lineup, goes to AAA, and coincidentally, I guess, they're red hot. They're 3 games over, 3.5 out. So, gosh darn, tough call front office.
Let it ride.
Yeah, I'm bringing him up and saying maybe the light came on, and he may give these last 37 games, or I think he's eligible any day now to come back up. The last 35 games, he could give you 8 home runs, a guy like that.
Oh, and he could play defense too. That's the other thing that you got to take into consideration.
We talked about the lack of quality quarterbacks in the NFL, and I threw a little barb out there about expansion. Major League Baseball, they pretty much come out and said, hey, we're going to look around and think about 2 more. Is there enough talent? I mean, what we got now, and you see some of the franchises now. Is there enough talent to support from 30 to 32 in Major League Baseball?
Well, I'm going to use your analogy of the quarterbacks. Look at the starting pitching now. Mm-hmm. Every organization is trying to figure out how their starting pitcher. So let me back up. I know there's pitch count, and there's concerns and all this stuff, and Nolan Ryan would tell you pitch count, schmitch count.
Yeah.
But we can't get 5 innings out of a starter.
I know.
And then then all of a sudden these bullpens are smoked by the end of the year. So take that and go, all right, we're going to expand 2 more, which means probably your number 5 starter, right? 5-man rotation
bumps up to
might be somebody's ace.
We got 5 fives that are now our rotation. Yeah,
how nice is that going to be?
You just wonder, but obviously the powers that be, if they can make money on 2 more franchises, it's unique. As we go to go ahead.
Just one more comment on that. We talked a couple weeks ago about the whole payroll thing. So you got the low payroll organizations, and now you're going to say, okay, $68 million Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
We're gonna take one of your pitchers away.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna go in the supplemental draft or whatever you're gonna call it. I would not agree with that at all.
Sounds like they're ready. And where I keep going with the NFL. The NFL is just dying to expand. You better find some good quarterbacks.
Same thing.
Ugly quarterback play in the NFL is a hard watch. It is a hard watch.
Agree.
Other topics we'll get to as we're coming up on our first break here. It is a Tuesday. We're at, of course, our Tuesday home Hurricane Grill and Wings here in Mandarin, in the heart of Mandarin. Wonderful wings. You know that. The name's in the title. But a great full-service menu, quesadillas, handhelds, burgers, you name it. Great atmosphere here at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Real quick, we'll go to break. Interesting what's playing out with the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson. A guy turns 31 during the season, I think. He had 17 and a half sacks. I think he led the NFL last year.
Yeah.
And he's on a holdout. And, man, if this isn't the year the Bengals make a little run, right? I've been saying I think the Bengals are good for 2 or 3 years. I mean, not that Burrow's anywhere near and the receivers and all, but, at some point you start coming down. I think the Bengals, people have thought they were ascending and going to be, they're not going to have many more years until they start, they got to go sign this guy, don't they?
Guess where their problem is?
Where?
It's defense.
Yeah. He had 17 and a half sacks.
No, Burrow, as good as he is, and he just – if you let 17 and a half sacks go, you've got issues.
Man, we'll keep track on that. Interesting, Notre Dame has made a quarterback decision. We'll get to that. I've got some college quarterback battles and thoughts as well. Several of your top 10 programs, normally your highly ranked programs have solid season quarterbacks coming back. Several of them are not. We're going to talk about some college football quarterback battles on the other side. Stay with us. He's Trenton Torsia. I'm Terry Norvelle. We'll come back and keep rocking and rolling on a Tuesday edition, the Young and Norvelle Show, coming to you live from Hurricane Grill and Wings.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
How about the fact that we are in basically game week, college football game week, regular season, count in the standings games are this Saturday. Not NFL preseason mess, not camp practice. It's game week. Did you know that? There's only like 5 games, but there are 5 regular season, including 1 top 25 matchup.
But we counted it down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You do it by days.
Yep.
I do it more by weeks
Yeah.
because the days kind of hurt me a little bit, but
yeah,
it is here.
Yeah, it really is. It is game week in college football. Speaking of college football, some other quarterback news. just popped on the wire here. Notre Dame went ahead and made it official. They're going to let C.J. Carr be the starting quarterback. They've got the big game in Miami, and they're having to replace their quarterback. Certainly, they had Riley Leonard, remember, who came over for the year. C.J. Carr supposedly was going to get the job. Strange situation. Steve Angolini is a 5-star that signed with Notre Dame. He was a backup and played a little bit. He transferred out. He went to Syracuse, and we're going to get to Syracuse in a minute. C.J. Carr is the grandson of former Michigan coach Lloyd Carr.
Wow.
And he's at Notre Dame.
That's going way back. Yeah.
He's at Notre Dame, but he gets the nod. The 4 schools that kind of – Notre Dame's one of them, I'm going to say, even though Angolini played a little bit. It's odd. Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan, and Notre Dame, highly ranked preseason, and they're all looking for a starting quarterback. They don't have an incumbent, a hardcore. Ohio State named Julian Sayin. He is a high recruit. Went to Bama first, or committed to Bama. Ends up at Ohio State, 5-star. He's been named the at least early in the season starter. Alabama, Ty Simpson, guy's been on campus, played a little bit. Michigan, remember Bryce Underwood, the number 1 quarterback coming out. And where did he committed to LSU, right? And Brian Kelly, and then reneged, and he's being handed the ball at Michigan. Yeah. That's big now. That's big now. And then Notre Dame, obviously, just named their guy.
You think Michigan's overrated this year?
I probably not. They're back half of the top 10. And they won it 2 years ago, right? Last year they had a little
they scuffled
after the national title.
Yeah.
I think Miami in the top 10 is the one program I'm like, I don't know if they're the 10th ranked team. Another highly ranked program.
And we both agree on that, by the way.
Another highly regarded program that is high in the preseason polls, and they're breaking in a quarterback. Oregon, Dante Moore, he's by way of UCLA, played a little bit there, but this guy only threw 8 passes for Oregon last year. So it's kind of odd. I know you got to rank somebody somewhere, but a lot of times your big rankings, high-ranking teams are the Penn States with Drew Aller coming back, like him or not. And I'll give you Texas and Arch Manning. Arch Manning's been around enough, hadn't played a ton, but he had a couple starts. Remember when what's-his-name got hurt? Manning had a couple starts in his career so far.
But you and I have said this for years. It's the way too early polls.
Yeah.
So it's like, does anybody care right now?
Well, polls really don't matter, now, especially now with an extended playoff.
Yeah.
Polls have been really good to college football. And let me explain, not anything really deciding national titles, even though they had a lot to do with it back in the day. It was just you know what the polls did for college football for about 100 years? They gave them gobs and gobs of free publicity. Think about the AP poll started in 1936. So the AP poll comes out in 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. 2 things happened every week during the college football season for free. By the way, this is for free. Just promotes the game of college football. That poll comes out from 1930 to modern times. Every local newscast. Okay, and let's throw it to sports. Here's Trenton Torchia. Okay, guys, here we go. Hey, the college poll came out today. Free publicity.
Yeah.
Every newspaper in the day.
Smart.
Every newspaper. The poll came out today. Tomorrow they have a column story. Hey, here's the new AP top 25, top 20 way back in the day. Free publicity.
Yeah.
Gave them a gob of it. And the college fan.
That's a good marketing plan.
We don't really, it wasn't done that way on purpose. It just kind of morphed into that.
Could have been. I mean, who knows, right?
It just kind of morphed into it. But the college fan at heart, and certainly a little bit older fan, but the college fan at heart, we like the poll. It's just even though it really is not a big deal, you got a committee now. I like the poll. I grew up with the poll. It was something when Mississippi State popped up at 19. Remember in the day when?
Oh, I don't know. That's
you remember when Florida would pop up at 15. That was a big deal.
So you did.
Big deal.
So back in the day, you looked at that newspaper when that AP came.
Absolutely.
Now we're looking at our phones and we're going.
Yeah.
Remember it was Monday morning.
Oh yeah.
For college football, and now it's like Sunday night. It leaks out. And he goes, here's the new. Whatever it is, I do that with every sport. Well, the big sports.
I tell you, though, you
Football,
kind of
basketball, baseball.
I want you to go back to when you kind of gave me stink eye a minute ago when I said, like, remember the day when Mississippi State popped up at 19 and you was your stink eye that was too low? Or
no.
I mean, teams like in the day,
How many
Florida,
times did that happen?
That's where I'm going. The Floridas and Mississippi States aren't the Notre Dames and Alabamas. I mean, back in the day, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, for me, particularly the 80s, when Florida would get off to a 4-1 start and they popped up number 14 in the country, you were like, whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it was awesome. That's kind of where I was throwing Mississippi State as well.
Well, it's a good feeling.
Then they go out and lose.
State being anywhere in the top 30 is
then they go out and
makes
lose.
my day.
Right. Then they go out and lose. There you go. Out of the poll. I mentioned Syracuse and the Notre Dame former quarterback transferred to Syracuse. Looks like he's going to get the start. The quarterback situation with the season opener, Tennessee and Syracuse open up. Should be a pretty good game. I think that's a neutral site game. That'd be a pretty good game.
You think so?
Syracuse was good last year. They were good last year. Tennessee is not going to be.
What's the number on that? Should I look it up?
Look it up. There, doubting me? What are you?
I'm not doubting you. No,
you're
saying it's going to be a good game.
Should be a good game.
Thinking...
And I'm going to give you some insight. I think that's a neutral. Yeah, Atlanta. That's a neutral site game, so it's not in Knoxville. Syracuse was good last year. Fran Brown's an up-and-coming coach. Here's where I'm going. When the season ended this past year, you with me?
I'm listening.
Focus.
No, I'm
I
listening.
need you to focus here.
I'm good.
This guy's wandering around.
No.
Mine, his little thought bubbles are all over his head.
I was trying to look for the line on that game.
Go ahead. We'll find it. We'll find it.
All right.
But focus. How weird is Syracuse? That game's been on the docket for a long time. When the season ended last year, I mean, say a week or so, if you looked at that game, Syracuse, McCord was kind of a one and done. He was by way of Michigan, went to Syracuse, led the nation in passing yards, like 4,400 yards.
Well, I threw it all over the place.
Yeah, threw it all over the place. It's kind of a one and done at Syracuse. So he was gone. And at the time, if you said, wow, that matchup, the quarterback situation is going to be all Tennessee, they've got Nico. And Syracuse is going to have whoever, first-year guy. How did that play out? Yes, Syracuse has first-year guy. So does Tennessee. Nico gone.
Yeah.
You thought Tennessee would have a quarterback advantage. Now it's new guy versus new guy. Do you? I got nothing against Nico. He used the rules and decided he wanted to go back home.
And that's fair.
He went back.
And who knows why? I mean, sometimes they say why, they don't say why. Personal reasons,
he came out and
reasons.
wanted to go back home. He's a West Coast kid. Maybe made a rash decision to come almost across country.
It's tough to do that if you think about it. I've never done it as a collegiate athlete, but I did it, afterwards. And it's like, you just have to do what you have to do. But if you have a choice in college, you're going to do what's best for you, at least in your mind anyway.
Yeah.
So they roughed him up a little bit too there.
Yeah.
The fan base.
Oh, absolutely. You quit on us. You put us in a bad spot. Did he make the decision after signing day and stuff? I think he did.
Yeah, he did. That made it even worse.
Yeah.
It's like, really, dude?
I'm trying to find The Athletic did a good piece, and I saw it this morning. They ranked there's 136 teams in Division I football now. And, excuse me. Talking everybody's ear there. 136 teams, and they kind of ranked everybody. The Athletic, it was a good article with a little blurb on each one, but can't find it, Trent. I'm telling you. Don't you hate when you
keep digging?
It's somewhere, and we should see that. Oh, here we go, right here. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I thought it was pretty interesting. Let's go back to baseball real quick. Another Paul Skeens. He no decision, and the Pirates won. He goes 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 2.16 ERA. Now, he got no decision. They won. But another Paul Skeens.
Comment there, free Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
Free him.
Yeah.
Please.
Needs to happen.
He's got to get out of Pittsburgh.
I
hate to say that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Speaking of the Pirates, and I don't want to bury them, but they're not very good. They are 20 games under 500. They beat Toronto yesterday. Toronto is trying to hang on,
Which is
right?
good.
So right now,
Toronto's got a pretty good lead.
yeah, they're 5 up.
Yeah.
5 up on both, I think, Boston and the Yankees. Where I'm going is we're in the run now. We got 37, 38 games. We are in the run. If you're one of these teams kind of still in a division race, and certainly if you're one of these teams trying to stay 1, 2, or 3 in the wild card, it's doubly painful to lose to the Rockies at this time of year, the White Sox at this time of year, the Pirates. If Paul Skeens is not on the mound, you can't really give a game away.
No, they're
like
bad
that.
losses.
Athletics, I guess, are a little bit like that. But those three in particular, I mean, the Pirates are 20 games under 500. If Skeens is not on the mound and you're trying to fight off or catch the Phillies or catch Toronto or Toronto stay ahead, you can't afford it right now.
Yeah.
Can't lose to the bad ones right now. It was bad 4 months ago. It's really bad now, right? Losing to the bad teams. Really.
That's it. One loss is like 2 losses
I
at
would
that
agree.
point. So, I mean, you just sit there and you go, what are we going to do? And I hope Paul Skeens doesn't have the Nolan Ryan type career.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the
where he
correlation
pitches
right now.
for 20 years. His ERA. Remember we talked about this about a month ago? Nolan Ryan's lifetime ERA is under 3. He's a 500 pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a lot over 500. And, I mean, that is the correlation, A, if you're old enough like us to have watched Nolan Ryan's career
Yeah.
and how good he was on mediocre to bad teams. Now, you got to point this out. He's a Texas guy through and through. He loves the state of Texas. He lives there. He owned minor league teams in Round Rock and all this stuff. He loves Texas. He kind of massaged. He played for the Angels as well, but he stayed in Houston and the Rangers.
Yeah.
So he might have brought a little bit on himself, but man, you can look at Paul Skeens, same type of pitcher, and you go, this guy, the last thing I want to see is 12 years from now, he's 10 games over 500, and it was a battle to get there.
Dying in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
By the way, did you know where Paul Skeens transferred from?
Yes, one of the military, the Army, Navy,
Air Force.
Air Force. How about that?
You could have named them all and
Yeah.
been
Did
right.
he get
but-
I'm trying to remember. I saw a little story on that. Did he get too big for the Air Force or not? You know, like David Robinson outgrew the Navy. He couldn't
Well, I think he got too big in terms of talent.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
He was blossoming and said, "Hey, man,
Yeah, and his NIL deal, that's when it first started.
right?
LSU paid him $250,000. Marucci, most famous for their bats,
Yeah,
paid him another $500.
I didn't know that.
He made $750,000 in NIL.
Yeah.
And he was the first player picked in the
Yeah.
draft, as we all know. He donated that money to charity.
How about that?
It's a great story.
That is a great story. That is a really,
Yeah,
really.
he just is like, I don't really need the money, and who knows? I mean, when you're one of those guys, you're not paying for anything in Baton Rouge anyway.
You wouldn't
right?
think.
I know.
You wouldn't
I
think.
mean,
You reach for your wallet, and somebody slaps your hand. No.
or they just come over and grab your check.
Yes, exactly. Little note on a guy that I used to always like watching play in college more than the NBA. I don't follow the NBA that hard, but I didn't like that he played for Kentucky. But little blurb here: former NBA star John Wall retires after 11 seasons. I used to like to watch him. So
He's
athletic.
a good guy.
So
He's a
athletic.
good guy, too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So athletic. Take another guy that recently, a Kentucky guard in the league, just signed probably a week or two ago a monster contract. And I hated that he was at Kentucky, but I loved watching him play. He was so cat quick, still is. D'Angelo Fox, is it Fox, the cat quick guard?
Yeah.
Man, I like watching him. De'Aaron.
So why do you?
De'Aaron.
What's
What?
your disdain for Kentucky?
Well, they're Kentucky.
Okay.
They historically beat Florida in basketball.
Okay.
They historically beat
And
everybody.
football,
in
actually.
But I mean, Florida beat them 31 in a row, 31 years in a row or whatever. And they're Kentucky. Nobody. If you don't wear blue and white, you hate Kentucky, particularly in basketball. They're Kentucky. I dislike
find
them.
it interesting.
I dislike them a lot more than Duke. And some people could say, well, Florida didn't get beat twice every year by Duke. They got beat. And there were times, 50s, 60s, 70s, Kentucky would beat Florida, 98 to 61.
All right, I'm going to ask you another question.
Never like Patino. I think he's a shady car salesman.
So is Calipari,
yeah,
right?
And Calipari he's not. I think he is a shady guy too. My knock with Calipari is I just don't think he's that great of a coach. I don't think he does anything game day. He just bludgeons.
He's a recruiter.
He bludgeons you with talent.
Yeah.
He just bludgeons you and throws the ball. I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame, and I'm not so sure. I think Billy Donovan just went in the College Hall of Fame, and I used to go, how did Billy Donovan go in after John Calipari? I think Calipari just not a very good coach. Great talent acquisition guy. All right, jump in. Who do you like? I don't like Notre Dame either. I don't like the Yankees. So how do you like that?
Wow.
Who does? If
you're going right for the heart.
Going all of them. You got me in a bad mood now. I'm in a bad mood.
That's all right.
Bad mood guy.
I'll pick you up. I don't like Ole Miss. How's that? The University of Mississippi, or as we affectionately refer to them as the school up north.
Yeah, keep it clean. Keep it
No, I wasn't going to go there. Stop.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say that.
No, I don't like the Jets, the Patriots, the Bills.
Jets, Patriots, Bills.
And it's
in that area. You're all in that area.
It's because of the Finns. Finns fan.
Okay. But you're a Yankee fan.
Yes.
That's okay. Not right, man.
Well, but my third generation, by the way, just to keep the record straight.
All right.
My parents hail from upstate New York.
You had to work in that hail word, didn't you? Hail state.
Yes, I did. And even though I grew up in Miami, now this is a funny story. It's not a funny story. I find it interesting. You won't. Nobody else will. But can I share it anyhow?
Go ahead.
So the Miami Herald, there was no team in Miami back in the day, as they say.
All right,
so the Herald sent out a poll, the newspaper, and said, we're going to adopt a team. So you can watch the Braves and the Cubs on cable, but the vote was for the Yankees. So we saw all the Yankees games on local TV.
There you go.
So that even added
sense with the retirees.
To it. Well, yeah.
Right. I mean, retirees makes sense.
Huge Yankee guy, huge Hill State guy.
That's odd. How many people in the world are big-time New York Yankee baseball fans and Mississippi State football? What is the double end of the spectrums there?
One?
I mean, you got to be the only guy.
One?
Have you ever gone to Yankee Stadium and wore a Mississippi State shirt?
So
there's our time.
It goes?
I will get it during the road.
So I've been accused of wearing Mississippi State garb wherever I go.
Okay. Here, I'll put that up.
You included, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, I got issues with do you wear jersey? Who's your NFL team?
Finns.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just said that. Now, are you going to wear grown men, my rule with 30 and over.
Get it.
I don't like 30 and over. If you're over 30, don't wear a jersey. If you're over 30, do not wear a backward ball cap. Oh, please, God, don't do it.
Okay.
And they do it.
I don't do either one.
Good man. Good man. You can wear your team jersey
or a college shirt or whatever, or a pullover like this.
That's why I like college fans. One of the 8 million reasons I like college fans. For the most part, college football fans, they wear T-shirts or polo shirts with their team, not jerseys. I tell you what I think's the stupidest looking sports for a fan. The absolute stupidest looking sports.
I know where you're going.
Is the hockey fan.
I was going to write it down.
You agree?
The hockey sweater.
The
sweater.
And it goes down to their calf, and it's the baggy sleeve comes out to here because it's going to grow.
Yeah.
Oh, is there anything worse than seeing a 45-year-old dude? By the way, if you go to the city, and you go to the city, I'm sure, you'll see like at 4 o'clock in the middle of New York City, people getting off work. You'll see like a guy, 45 years old, glasses, would have a pocket protector. He's wearing dress shoes and slacks, and he's got a Rangers sweater on, looking like a moron.
With his hat backwards.
Oh, if I cross that guy, I may punch him.
You might end up in a hockey fight. So you have to
I'll pull that jersey,
you have
sweater over his head.
That's what they do.
Oh, when I see these kids.
Oh, good call.
When I see these kids,
That's
though,
a good call.
They're 35, 40, 45. They're wearing jerseys. I'm like, don't do it. And then backward hat. Don't do that. You make yourself look stupid.
Wow.
Stupid. I'm opinionated today.
I don't disagree with either one of those, as I said earlier. So
Nice. Do we want to get into this real quick? Some sports history before we get to the second hour. Let's go over these college. The Athletic did a really neat story on I like the little blurbs they got about each college football team. Let's do some sports history, though. By the way, have we tracked the game still? Let's see what do we see the score up here? How about this TV? It's got the things in the way. Have you noticed
6-4, top 9.
Yeah, top
Brewers
9.
hitting.
6-4. So, boy, the Cubs need this. They need this and 3 more in a row. 1 today and 2 tomorrow. I got 2 more the next 2 days.
Well, they've got their closer in, so
yeah. Well, he just punched that guy out, didn't he?
Ooh. You know what they call it now? He dotted that pitch.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is, for our world, he located.
Yeah. You ever had anything close to this? This dates sports history, 1903. The Philadelphia Phillies had their 9th consecutive game postponed. 9, and I looked it up a little bit. It was rain. Just constant rain. 9 games postponed. 9. Why are you so quizzically?
Like a nor'easter?
Yes.
It almost sounds like a hurricane.
I guess. I had to look it up, and it made it sound like their stadium might have had some structural issues too, and there's rain in and all. And they just kind of. It said though, mainly for rain. 9 games canceled. Crazy. You ever had one of those long? You can't get a game in weekends. Oh, it was miserable. Play a little bit on Friday, rains. Stay all night. Go Saturday. You don't know. Hey, are we supposed to go to the park? What are we doing?
Just bang it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
is there
bang
anything
it
worse than
move on?
The 2 teams that cannot. 2 on. Here come the Brewers. 2 on, 1 out. They're down 2. How about the 2 coaches cannot figure out, are they going to call it or not? And it's almost like they just like talking to each other for like 7 hours in and around the ballpark.
Well, and what you don't want to do is get your starting pitcher warmed up, and then you don't go.
Yeah.
It's like, can I get a start time, please? Well, we're not really sure.
Horrible.
And then you go, okay, my starting pitcher got loose, and then we're not playing till 7 hours later. They're probably not going to run him back out and warm him up again and do all that. So
let me cut you off here.
Go ahead.
The Brewers aren't going to come back and win this thing.
One swing.
Oh my goodness! 2 on, Brewers down 2, top of the 9th, and
my prediction.
They just don't go away, do they?
That's their best hitter too.
Is it?
Yeah.
They don't go away. We'll track that.
I'm calling for a double play right here.
Oh, and send them home, or they play at night tonight, right?
8:05.
8:05 for the second game. I love this stat here. Sports history, 1911. The great Christy Mathewson, one of the great pitchers of all time, way back.
Yep.
He loses on this date in 1911. He gets beat by the Cincinnati Reds after beating them 22 consecutive times. And you know what comes to mind? Nobody beats the Reds 23 times.
Yeah.
Right? That reminds me of the great T-shirts, and we talked about Kentucky basketball and football a moment ago. This was so classic. In Florida, I think that was for a Power 4 school. I think that was the record. Florida beat in the hole. There's one, and Trenton Torchia just called it. Double play ends the game. Cubs win.
I was gonna say 6-4-3. By the way,
they're 8. They're 8 back now. They're 8 back. Doubleheader tonight. Florida had that streak where they beat Kentucky 31 years in a row. Longest. I think Notre Dame went longer with Navy, but that's not Power 4 versus right. Remember They went from like 1987 through 3 or 4 years ago. Right? 31 in a row. Never forget, the night it was snapped was in Gainesville. I was at the game. The night, and Kentucky fans were milling around, and this made ESPN, it made newspapers. There were like 3 Kentucky dudes at the game in Gainesville, and they had matching T-shirts. It's like you and 2 buddies going to the game. They flew to Gainesville, had a fun weekend. And this is before the game. They've lost 31 in a row. These 3 dudes have matching custom T-shirts. Nobody beats Kentucky 32 times in a row. And damn if they didn't win. They broke the streak. How about the guts and the humor of them guys wearing that? Because every Gator fan, yeah, we'll see about that.
So how many of those T-shirts do you think they had? Did they start it at 25?
I don't know.
No.
The number part you could change, 30, 29, 30.
You ever just cross it out?
Yeah. Nobody beats Kentucky 32 times in a row. And it hit that night. They won. They broke the streak.
I'm not even proud enough to wear something like that. I'm sorry.
Sports history 1917. John McGraw and Christy Mathewson again. And I don't know how they picked these out. McGraw was the longtime manager, right? I think he did the Yankees, and he was one of those 45-year managers back in the day. Christy Mathewson, we know, is a great pitcher.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a manager as well, but 1917, both McGraw and Mathewson were arrested at the ballpark, charged with violating blue laws because they were playing on Sunday. You used to not be able to allow. It was just taboo. Sunday was a day of rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue laws. Got arrested.
I didn't know.
Oh, here's a great one. God, I wish this guy was still alive. I just want to say that was so cool what you did. This date, sports history, 1941. Frank Frisch, managing the Pirates. He's the manager.
Yeah.
He gets kicked out of the game because he goes onto the field carrying an umbrella, trying to tell the home plate umpire, hey, man, you need to call this for rain. So obviously he's been bench jockeying. Hey, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So he goes out onto the field with an umbrella to, the visual.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Gets thrown out. Don't you love that? Isn't that great? Isn't that great? And this date, 1951, last one, we'll wrap up hour number 1. We've talked about this a million times. Bill Beck, one of the great showman owners in Major League Baseball, he was always known to do anything to bring some attention. He had wild ideas. One of his most wild ideas, this date, 1951, he hires, contracts, and puts him on the team, uniform and all, even though the number was 1-8. He sends Eddie Goodell up to bat. 3'7"
Yes.
little person.
What year was that?
51.
Oh my God.
He walks. This was for the St. Louis Browns. I think Beck owned the White Sox, several teams. He walks on 4 pitches, and he gets in a real game. Real game.
Oh, I know. I mean,
every time this comes up, I go back to the same thing. You know how you handle that? You know how you cut that nip it in the bud? You drill the little son of a gun right in the ribs. I mean, you go 98 in the ribs. That'll put an end to that.
You're worse than I
am. Hey. Every little person in the world sees that.
Because I would drill a hit.
Bill Veck calls it. No, I'm not taking that call.
I would drill a hitter just for anything, but not for being tiny.
You'd have to.
Well,
if you could
if you do that, you save 3 pitches.
Yes. You drill
That's
him,
a good point. All right.
You drill him, and then while they're tending to the little fella, because they're going to have to tend to him, because I'm hitting him right in the ribs. I'm looking in the stands trying to find that owner and see if I can throw one at the owner, too.
I would do that, too.
Yeah.
I would do that for sure.
But don't you put an end to that and say, whatever sign is, right in the rib cage. Right in the rib cage.
The sign comes from the bench to the catcher to the pitcher.
Yeah. I mean, that little guy starts walking up to the mound. Somebody's got to shortstop or somebody's got to run up to the mound and go, hey, man.
Mean. That is so mean.
Hey, don't make a travesty of the beautiful game of baseball. Somebody's got to pay for it.
I agree with that.
Somebody's got to pay for it. Hey, and the little son of a gun, he knew it was a scam, but $10 made him do that.
Did they pinch run for him?
Might have had a funeral first. Oh, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't get hit. I would imagine he got yanked out. Yeah, for a pinch runner. He did his job, I guess. But you got to drill him in the ribs, right, and put a stop to that. And you know what? Probably way back then, Kennesaw. What a great name, by the way. Kennesaw Mountain Landis was probably the commissioner. He couldn't say that out loud, but don't you know he said he wanted to send out a memo. Hey, next time some smart ass owner does this little cute thing, we got to drill that little guy right in the ribs. That'll stop it all. That'll stop it all, Trent.
And if they tell you to do it,
no curveball,
which I've been told before.
No change up, no curveball.
No.
I want the heater. I want the Ryan Express.
Straight to the back.
I want to hear some.
Straight to the back.
You're mean. Oh, I said it. All right, let's take a break. We'll talk a lot of college football in hour number 2. He's Trenton Torshop, Terry Norvelle, having a good time. Hope you're enjoying it here. The Young and Norvelle show continues on Action Sports Jacks.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Will Olive, Mandarin High School. Go Stangs.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School. Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002. Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with we are martyr rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam For we know our place is out. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
All right, back we are. A couple of roster moves for the Jaguars today. Nothing exciting or nothing really, earth-shattering. Jaguars release wide receiver Darius Lassiter. Defensive lineman Eli Mostert also released. The Jaguars today announced the signing of offensive lineman Jerome Carvin and running back Kevin Harris. You're starting to see people as we welcome you back to the Young and Norvelle show here at Hurricane Jointer Creek. Great hangout place. Good food. I love the tacos and quesadillas. The wings are incredible. The burgers are incredible. I love that Monterey chicken quesadilla. Good eating. And they're big, thick ones, too. They fill you up. Some quesadillas are so flat and all, you're done and you go, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
No,
they load you up.
Big, thick boys here.
Don't sleep on the tacos.
I do. I say that a lot.
I know.
I agree with you. Can I start? I told you about the Jaguars, what they did. Had one other thing I wanted to hit before we talk some college football, and I can't remember what it was. All right, let's go. This athletic I want to try and give credit to this guy. He did a nice, or maybe the entire staff at the Athletic. I think it was their entire college staff put a lot of work into this. And they kind of ranked, we're not going to go obviously all 136 schools, but they kind of ranked them and kind of gave their thumbnail. So they like Penn State, Clemson, Texas, Ohio State, Georgia, Notre Dame, Oregon, Arizona State. Are they going to have another year? I mean, that was kind of a magical year. Alabama 9 and LSU 10.
Wow.
They say about Penn State, and most people are saying this, Penn State, the Lions are. They think this year's Michigan or Ohio State. Obviously, they won the last two with a lot of guys who did turn down. They had a lot of guys come back. Aller, who I think has got to develop, but he came back. The two running backs, people call them the two best in the country. They've got another guy. Was it Carter that went so high in the draft, the pass rusher for Penn State last year? They got Dennis Sutton, I think is his last name. He's a spitting image. This is a tough year for them. They really, James Franklin, it's hard to win a national title or bust. And I think people are really getting James Franklin, Penn State fatigue a little bit. They had a good year last year, but they gave the game that they lost, they gave that away. They gave the game away to Notre Dame.
Well, and so the whole book on him is he can't manage games.
Yeah.
He can get the talent and he can do.
He's got a little Billy Napier in him.
Yeah.
He's got a little Billy Napier. He struggles game day. You're right. He struggles game day. They like Clemson high. They say the Tigers might be back with a loaded offense. Let's hope new coordinator Tom Allen, who came from Penn State, did nice things, fixes the run defense. Just kind of bouncing around. Regarding Texas, they believe in Arch Manning. Concerns about all the talent being replaced in the trenches. Texas got a good roster, though. Boy, they got a lot.
They're solid.
A lot of good players. The Buckeyes are number 4. Buckeyes have a bunch of holes, they think, like Texas, because they lost so many good players. But they're Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith.
They play each other right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. Georgia, they've got it 5, and they say about the Dogs. There are questions at every level of the offense. Is Gunnar Stockton really that good? But they may be overlooking the Dogs, they say. I'm still out on Gunnar Stockton. He hasn't played a lot, played the entire playoff game that they lost. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. I got to see it. I got to see him go. Carson Beck, did he win a lot of games for Georgia, but he didn't get beat a lot. He didn't get Georgia beat.
Yeah.
Stetson Bennett won a lot of games for Georgia. We can go bam, bam, bam to some of these quarterbacks. Stetson Bennett at college, he made a lot of plays. Game on the line plays. Stetson Bennett, if you remember.
No, I do.
Yeah. And he ran more. You never really thought he was quicker and more savvy running the ball. He'd kill you with bootlegs and scrambles. And then he at the college level, he threw the ball well. But
when he had to.
He won games. I don't know if Gunnar Stockton is going to win games for Georgia. We'll see.
Well, Georgia, they're going to be very good on defense because they are every year. So it might be just one of those situations where they don't have to score a lot of points to win the game.
Yeah, could be. Bouncing around about Notre Dame, they say the lack of clarity at quarterback, and they just announced today C.J. Carr will at least get the first crack. A bit concerning. Jeremiah Love, that running back, he's the deal. Kind of long-legged guy, up for the Heisman as well in the talk. Oregon, we talked about. Will this guy from UCLA solve their quarterback situation? Arizona State, one of the feel-good stories.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
last year, Sun Devils burst. They bring almost everyone back from a CFP quarterfinal run, but they missed Scatterboo. Scatterboo gone.
He was the guy.
He gone. What about that Texas game? They had that replaying up here a minute ago, that Arizona State-Texas game, and Scatterboo went nuts, and I think goes into overtime or whatever. Texas is down 7, fourth and 13. They get a false start. It's 4th and 18. And damn if Quinn Ewers doesn't throw a dart to a guy in the end zone. They stayed alive. They didn't get killed, and they came back and won. But Texas, remember, they doinked 1 or 2 field goals. They had a chance to win, and they got doinked a few.
Well, I don't know. I view them as overrated, but it's also that West Coast thing too, where we don't have a ton of exposure to it.
That's fair.
On this side of the country.
That's fair. So. Yesterday we had a college football news and notes from Brent Beard, and I love seeing this. Did you see the story, the interview with Eddie O? And he says he's getting the itch to get back in it. He's 64.
Okay.
So obviously he's throwing his name out there. So people, college football's better when he coaches. He's fun.
I agree.
He's fun. He'll find a Southern Miss job. He'll find a job at that level if he wants to. I don't know. And Casey and I talked. I always throw out Kentucky or NC State. I could see him getting that level Power 4. He's not going to go. He's not getting an LSU, an Alabama, a Notre Dame level job. He's going to have to dip his toe in it.
Do you think he's still bitter he didn't get the USC job?
Oh, I'm sure there's.
I mean,
now he goes and wins a title at LSU, and LSU was his dream. He's Cajun through and through. But he really wanted that job.
Well, he did a good job as an interim. So, I mean, you look at that, you go.
The fit was weird. I mean, the whole time I saw him, he's a deep Cajun in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah.
And the fit was wrong. But, man.
No, there's no fit, no match.
He could coach my defensive line anytime, and he could be my recruiting coordinator. Because that guy can coach DL. He cut his teeth. He was a great DL coach.
No, I know.
And he can bring in talent.
And he'll eat anything put in front of him in a recruit's home.
Yes. Through mama, through grandma.
Coach, you need to have you some of this. And it's they've
got
go Tigers.
About LSU, they talk about uber talented Garrett. I like Nussmeier. I think he's really good. I saw him. Man, I was in the press box last year when Florida beat LSU, and a lot of Gator Nation, when Nussmeier's name comes up, oh man, he's not there. Florida sacked him 8 times, and I watched him get up, and he kept throwing darts, man. You talk about a gritty, Brett Favre kind of guy.
Yeah.
I like Nussmeier a lot, and at the next level. Speaking of next level, they've got Illinois 11, South Carolina, a lot of people's darling.
I know.
A lot of people.
Oh, they're
Miami 13, Michigan 14, Florida 15.
I mean, you and I agree Miami's overranked.
I think they're a little – now, they may go out and beat Notre Dame. Who knows? I just got to see it. I got to see it.
I get it.
We kicked this around, and this is a mouthful. It probably wouldn't happen. But we did a little what if. You've got Miami in their first 4 games. They play Notre Dame. They open up with Notre Dame. So that's a tough. What if Miami wins that game? And Florida, in their first 4 games, they play LSU. I know it's at night and it's hard to win there. What if Florida and Miami were both sitting 4-0, heading to a showdown in the Orange Bowl because they play the next game?
Yeah.
That'd be as big of a game down there in a long time.
Oh, I know.
That'd be top 10. Miami's
100%.
already top 10. Florida would inch their way into it.
Yeah, 100%.
You go win at LSU. Yep. LSU will be undefeated, I think. No, I'm sorry. They got Clemson. They could come in with a loss when Florida plays them. But if Florida was to go get that win at night, they're going to win at night in LSU at some point again. You know, that's a tough place, though, isn't it?
That's a tough play. I've actually been to a night game in Baton Rouge.
Is that right?
Oh, it's insane.
With Mississippi State?
No, it was Florida.
Oh, okay, Florida.
And I was on a softball team, and our owner gave tickets and said, "You want to go?" I'm like, "I'll go watch any game."
Sure.
So yeah, I'm going to go to that, and it was absolutely insane.
I bet.
I forget what year it was. It was in the 90s, but I also went to Florida, Miami in the late 70s in the Orange Bowl.
Really? How about that? You remember much about it?
I do, actually, because Miami kicked a field goal when the game was over.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Was Schnellenberger the coach?
Yes.
Yeah. It was 28-3, and he kicks a field goal.
Yeah, with like 11 seconds
He said he got tired of getting hit by oranges. Florida students were throwing oranges at him.
Yeah.
On their sideline.
And it was because then the storyline turned to the old Gator flop.
Oh, yeah.
That was the 60s, right?
That was like 70.
Okay.
John Reeves, Florida.
And then they quit playing.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not going to play each other anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's too
So
toxic.
you were at that. I think it was like 1980, that game you're referencing it. But
that would make sense.
Schnellenberger said he got tired. Their bench was getting pelted with oranges the whole game. And Miami dominated the game.
Yeah.
But he kicked one of those 2-second left field goals.
Yeah.
And that didn't go over well.
No.
But good for him. You know what the hell?
Oh, I think they ran the clock down, called timeout, and then
Yeah.
put the field goal unit on. It was
Hey, take your oranges back home with you too, boys. You know, about South Carolina, the Athletic story says if Norris Sellers is the quarterback he was in the 2024, South Carolina could make a playoff run. Defensive holes must be filled. They're one of the darlings.
I think he's legit
I do
too.
They're one of the darlings. Here's that Michigan team. Here's what they say about Michigan. You were asking about. If the passing offense can just become competent, the defense and running game could help the Wolverines. Again, they're handing the ball to that true freshman, that 5-star.
Well,
supposed to be the best quarterback coming in from last year. Florida, we all know about Florida. If Lagway can stay healthy, they got a chance, provided Billy Napier doesn't give away 4 games.
Well, here's the other thing, too, though. The key is, can Lagway stay healthy? I mean, that's the –
Sure.
So the health, to your point, but the health issue deals with how much you're going to use your legs.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit.
I'm just not sure everybody quite remembers all the decision-making screw-ups and lack of feel for the game that Napier's had as the coach for 3 years. Has he gotten better? I need to know that. And I guess I can only see that. But it's hard when you've got to beat your head coach as well as the other team on the other sideline.
Yeah.
And he really has been a hindrance to his own team.
I know. And file that under time will tell. I mean,
does he know he's got a problem though? Does he know he's got a problem?
Well, the whole nation tells him he has a problem.
Yeah.
But is he denying
I'll
it?
tell you another team that might have a bounce back. They got a tough schedule. They got a really good coach. Utah scuffled a little bit. They're 5-7. Who was that quarterback that never could get healthy? Real good college quarterback. They say, the Athletic says about Utah, they're picked for a big bounce back year. Well, I didn't even read that. Behind one of the best offensive lines. I didn't know they had a great offensive line, and they get a hotshot quarterback from New Mexico. SMU will be interesting. Remember SMU made that crazy run?
Yeah.
And they had a fun offense. Kevin Jennings is back, who's a real athletic quarterback.
See, I think SMU is underranked.
Yeah, could be. They've got a 19 here, and they think their quarterback's fun. They run an open offense too. They're fun.
They're hot.
Remember what happened? They faced Penn State. They made the playoffs, and they opened up with Penn State. And I thought that was going to be a decent little game. Jennings threw 3 interceptions like in his first 9 passes.
Boom.
And it was
game over.
It was game over. Here's a real perplexing program. They've got everything, but they never quite get there. Texas A&M. They've got facilities. They've got money. They want to win. They're in a fertile area. But, I mean, Texas A&M, they're always here. They'll give you an 8-4 when you think they're going to give you 11.
Can I say this? The Jimbo effect.
Yeah. Do you see where he wants to get back in?
I know.
He's made an announcement.
I know, but look what he did at Florida State. Look
Yeah.
what he did at Texas A&M. It's like,
Yeah.
at least at Florida State, he was winning
won a
until
title.
he checked out on
Yeah,
him.
he won a title. Yeah, he got mad. I still think there's a lot. I still think some Jimbo stuff internally with FSU mirrors some Dan Mullen stuff at Florida. I think there was arguments and we need this and we can't compete without that. I think Mullen didn't get what he thought he needed. And then he leaves and they start building the practice facility. Jimbo can coach. Jimbo's a good college coach.
Yeah.
He's a short timer, 5 years with Jimbo. And we've said this all week since he announced.
I know, but that's one recruiting class, so you can turn
weeks,
a program around.
But what I'm saying is 5 years with Jimbo wears out his own world. He's that guy. His personal secretary gets wore out in 5 years. Like I said the other day, the parking lot attendant that parks him every day. Jimbo can just get on you, I think. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah.
The guy can coach, and the guy can get talent. You remember one thing that killed Jimbo? My God, he had about 2 or 3 years at A&M 5 or 6 years ago. He went back to back. He had Alabama, Georgia classes. I mean, he was bringing in multiple 5-stars.
Yeah,
and still didn't get there. Still couldn't quite get there. Another team that people think might come out of nowhere, Texas Tech. They're throwing money around. They're getting some talent. Still got to see it on the
well, look what they did with their
field.
softball team.
Yeah. Oklahoma, people don't know which way they're going to go. If it goes good, Venables gets some life. If Oklahoma stinks it up, Venables is, I think, fighting for his job.
He's on the hot seat, too.
I think he's fighting for his job.
Maybe he ends up back at Clemson.
Yeah, who knows? They've got Tennessee at 26. I think Tennessee takes – now, they've been really good last 4 years or so, 5 years. I think Tennessee takes a step back. They're in a bit of a rebuild mode. Iowa State, Baylor, Iowa, Auburn at 30. How about that? Auburn at 30, and that may be high.
I know.
This is the Athletic, and we'll read some other ones. Let me get down. One thing that really surprised me, I'm going to go down all the way. We'll go back up in a minute. I want to go to 49. Let me just see 49. Good Lord, where has this brand gone?
I don't see my school.
Look at there.
Ooh.
Florida State in the athletics ranking of 1 through 136.
We call that no bueno.
They've got Florida State at 49.
That's not good.
After plummeting from a 13-0 regular season to 2-10 last year, the Seminoles should end up somewhere in between if their new quarterback Castellanos can work with his familiar OC Gus Malzahn. I think one thing that saves Florida State this year, very, very friendly schedule. They may I've combined NFL and college here. I'm not so sure the Seminoles this year and the Jaguars aren't going to have a little bit of a similar outcome. And where I'm going is the Jaguars in their division, there's some wins, right? Florida State's schedule is terrible. I could see Florida State and the Jaguars finishing their respective seasons with probably 2 more wins than you would think, but it's schedule induced. And is that fool's gold? You know, were they? If the Noles get to 6-6, were they really a 4-win team that was disguised as 6? You know what I mean? Their schedule is. I mean, hell, we'll look at it real quick.
So do you?
Florida State's schedule is very.
I know, but you think Florida State as a program right now is that bad? 6 wins
coming out of 2. There are some wins on this schedule. Florida State, obviously, Alabama is not one of them. Okay, they open up with Alabama,
right?
East Texas A&M, Kent State, at Virginia, and then Miami. Miami-Pittsburgh be tough games. At Stanford, Stanford's total rebuild. Coach quit in February. He got fired in February. Andrew Luck's the general manager. He hired Frank Reich as an interim. Stanford, Wake Forest isn't what they used to be. At Clemson's tough. Virginia Tech, NC State, and then Florida. There's 2 or 3 wins there that might cloud your opinion at the end of the year of Florida State. Now, particularly for Florida State.
No, if they don't win 6,
if that's fool's gold, if they win 6, they keep Norvelle around. What if it was fool's gold and you should have went ahead and their schedule got them 6 wins, but you didn't pull the trigger? When you don't pull the trigger, that adds 2 or 3 more years to your struggles, I think. If you you should hire the coach.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. But
where are the Hail Staters? How about 50? How about number 50, Bill Belichick, North Carolina?
That's interesting.
No one's quite sure what to expect from Belichick's team, especially with so much roster turnover, but South Alabama quarterback Gio Lopez is talented. He came over. Trying to see anybody. We zipped down.
What about the fall for North Carolina over the last few years?
How about Dan Mullen at UNLV? And they're supposed to be good. He took over because the UNLV coach, Barry Odom, went back to Purdue.
So what? All right, let's talk about Mullen for a minute. What has he done to himself?
What do you mean?
Well, he went to Florida. Everything was gung-ho, and then it went south in a hurry.
I think it was internal. I think it was more internal than people want to know or know.
And then he gets in the booth. Well, he gets in the booth, and it's like,
and it was good.
It was very good.
Pretty good. 3 years, but that happens. They get the bug.
Well, they want the bug, but why UNLV? Don't you think you could have gone somewhere?
Well, I'll answer that for you. And if you look into it, a couple of things are really working. In UNLV, by the way, was 1 game from the playoff. Had they beat Boise State, they're in Boise State's spot. They lose to Boise State, so stay with me.
I'm with you.
Barry Odom parlayed that. He went out there, former Missouri coach. Remember, got fired at Missouri, goes out there, rebuilt himself. He took the Purdue job off of UNLV. Literally, if they beat Boise State they're in the playoff. The word is, though, that the people running UNLV, the ADs and presidents, they now want to win. They've thrown gobs of money. They have ungodly facilities supposedly out there at UNLV now, football. So they've pushed all in. So Mullen's going, gosh darn, he's freaking, I don't know. I don't think people realize UNLV was like 11-3. 2 of the losses were to Boise in the regular season, barely, and in the championship game.
Yeah.
And had they won, they were ranked high enough. They would have been the Boise State team spot. How about that, Mullen?
Okay.
Who would have thought that?
Well, it answers the question.
Yeah.
I would have.
Yeah, they put a lot of money into their football program. They want to be good. Here's going to be a fun story. Was Vanderbilt, was that a one-off last year? Pavia is back, the quarterback. Their stadium is finished. They finally built their stadium to where it looks like a stadium. That'll be a fun story.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But now, if you look at their schedule, I don't think it's friendly.
Yeah. Never in a million years did I think I would say this, and I've had fun with it in the offseason. Vanderbilt has a returning starting quarterback that last year had a win over both Alabama and Auburn and has a 3-0 record against them combined. How about that? Did you ever think Vanderbilt would beat Auburn and Alabama? They beat Auburn and Alabama last year. And stay with me. 2 years ago, Pavia, the quarterback, came from New Mexico State. They beat Auburn. So Pavia is 3-0 against Auburn, Alabama combined. The Vanderbilt quarterback.
Yeah. Or the Vanderbilt team, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like.
Yeah.
That'll
be
I
fun
would
to
say
see.
no chance.
Speaking of, let's take a gander at their schedule. I know we're a little bit long here. Hold on one second.
No, but it's fine. I'm very curious.
Take a look at Vandy's schedule. Here you go. Charleston Southern, they should win.
Yep.
At Virginia Tech, they should probably win that game. Virginia Tech's no great shakes anymore. At South Carolina will be tough. So let's say a loss. Okay, so
2-1.
I'm going to say 2-1. Georgia State, they should win that game. I think State beat them last year in a crazy. So 3-1. Utah State, I don't know enough about them, but let's call that 4-1.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, 4-1, would be ranked. And October 4th at Alabama. Oh, boy.
Not good.
Bama going to want to get some of that.
Yeah. Especially if they're 4-1 and ranked.
They go Alabama, LSU. That's rough. Missouri, at Texas. Ooh. they better win. Vanderbilt to have a good season, they better go win their last three. Auburn, Kentucky, and at Tennessee. Because that other part. At Texas, LSU, and Alabama, that's 3 out of 4.
That's not good.
They got to win up top, and they got to win down low. They got to win. They got to go 4-1, like we said, and at least 2 out of 3.
Well, what they can't do is lose a game. They should win.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think they did that last year.
Because there's no affordability.
Yeah, I think
with a loss.
I think they lost to 229. I think they lost to that Georgia State team, which is, God, they'd had one more win. Let's see, last year. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they lost to – how about – they beat Virginia Tech in overtime to open the season. This is Vanderbilt. Alcorn State, so they're 2-0. At Georgia State in Atlanta, and they lose. So they would have had another win. So they lost 2 in a row. They lost at Missouri in double overtime. God, they could have had 2 more wins. They upset – how about this? They lost back-to-back games and then upset Alabama. 2 weeks before they lost.
Yeah.
2 in a row. Beat Kentucky. Lost to Texas 27-24. I remember the game in Nashville.
I do remember it as well.
They beat Auburn. Then they lost. They got beat up pretty good. They lost 3 in a row at the end. South Carolina, at LSU, Tennessee. They did win enough to go to a bowl game, and they beat Georgia Tech. Damn, they could have had 2 more wins right there. Double overtime Missouri,
would have been
Georgia State.
Yeah.
Ooh, they go to a different bowl game there with that kind of record. Take a break. Final break here. 30 minutes left as we put start putting the landing gear down on a Tuesday edition. Trenton Torsia, kind enough to hang out here. We got a lot of baseball we got out. We'll get back to that track. No, I guess that second game is in a couple hours. Right?
8:05.
8:05. Yeah, they're having a little break. The Cubs got by Milwaukee. They needed it, and they need one tonight. Trent, Terry, and you on the other side. Stay with us right here on a Tuesday edition at Hurricanes Grill and Wings.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, Beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
And we are back. We're on location, not inside our beautiful studio. We are set up, Trenton Torsia and me, Terry Norvelle. We're set up here at Hurricane Joint the Creek. We do it every single Tuesday. Glad you're with us here. We take it to 6 o'clock, and then we'll do it again tomorrow, starting at 4 o'clock. The Young and Norvelle show, as you can see the banner behind me. Trent, the Athletic did another really cool thing. They took all of their college writers, and they had them just give some different opinions on voting. Heisman, who they think is going to win, who's going to win the national title, what the matchups are going to be. I think that was pretty cool. The staff of the Athletic, and I go to the Athletic a lot, 12 votes. They think Texas will win it if you go by their votes.
Who they have as preseason 3.
Yeah, and they think Clemson will be right there. LSU, Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Georgia got 1 vote to win it all. So I thought that was interesting. And they break it down why each team. I wanted to get a little bit lower down here. Who will lose? So they're saying Texas will be. Remember, they had the list of who's going to win.
Yeah.
Texas will beat Clemson. So they think Clemson will. And think about that. If that was to happen, both of those teams, Texas and Clemson, they play mega opener games. And that kind of tells you where college football's gone because we've got a playoff now with 12 teams.
Yeah.
1 loss isn't so devastating, right? So that they may think one of those, Texas or Clemson, loses that first game, right? Penn State, they like to make it as well, 7 votes instead of Clemson got 9 as the loser in the title game. Penn State got 7. Texas got 5. And then I wanted to go down. Whoa. Where am I going? Where am I going there, Trent? Went by me.
That thing's running fast.
That thing was a 4.40, wasn't it? Okay, we've been there. So here, national title game matchups. Again, they like Clemson in their vote internally. They like Clemson to face Texas. 6 of them thought that might be the championship game. Ohio State, Texas, 4. That would be a rematch, right?
Yeah.
They open up.
Yep.
Penn State, Texas. So look who the first 3 getting votes here have the Longhorns. Clemson.
Then
Penn
why do they
State.
have them ranked 3rd?
Yeah, interesting. Clemson, Penn State, they think could match up in the national title. LSU, Penn State. Haven't seen many people saying LSU is going to make the title game. And on and on. Boy, Clemson's in there a lot too. Clemson is in there a lot. Will Dabo bring it back to Clemson standards? Here, I thought this was interesting as well. And the Heisman Trophy is kind of cycled a little bit. Remember, it was just quarterback.
Forever.
Here's the Athletic, who they think they had their college football writers, all of them, vote. Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State wide receiver, runaway, 15 votes.
I know. I
can't argue with that.
I kind of like that, too.
If they got a quarterback and get him the ball.
That's true.
But Jeremiah Smith, non-quarterback. Remember, last year, Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Right? Non-quarterback, which is odd. It's normally been a quarterback award. Been quarterback, right? Quarterback. Garrett Nussmeier, 2. He got 5 votes. Arch Manning is 3rd. He got 3 votes. Cade Klubnik also got 3. Jeremiah Love, non-quarter. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of the 5. He's a nice back. That back at Notre Dame, long, tough guy. And I don't know who Sawyer Robertson is, Baylor quarterback. But I think that's interesting that the Heisman kind of swinging a little bit to open it up.
Well, look at the candidates. So, I mean, if you look at it, there's no runaway QB this year.
No, good point.
So, I don't know. I mean, Arch Manning, I still love the family, love the history and all that stuff, but he's not played enough to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hadn't played much.
You know, his odds to win the Heisman, there's no way you touch that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think they're overinflated.
We'll see. We'll see. Now they're breaking down the athletic college football staff is breaking down who they think are going to win each conference. So they start with the ACC. Clemson is the runaway winner.
Sense.
They get 26 votes. They also think a bunch of them think Clemson will make the college football playoff. Miami gets the other two votes, so they think it's Clemson in a runaway in the ACC. All right, let's see. Big 12. They like.
So let's go back to Miami.
Okay.
For a second. What do you think about Carson Beck?
Well, we talked a little bit earlier.
I mean,
I don't think he's going to, on his own shoulders, win a bunch of games by himself. But I don't think he's going to get Miami beat. I don't think we're going to look back and go, gosh darn, these 3 games, if they only had better quarterback play, they wouldn't have lost them. What do you think?
I don't know how caught up he is in the hoopla. And you know how that happens to people where you go, you're whether it's money or fame or fortune, and he's been in the news for a lot of the wrong reasons in the off season. So where's your level of focus? Where's your level of commitment and your ability to lead the team that I think is going to be pretty good? But I think both you and I agree they're not a top 10 team preseason.
They go on to vote now for the Big 12. Arizona State, 6 of them. There's a tie. Arizona State, Texas Tech in the Big 12 in terms of winning it. And keep in mind, if you win the Big 12, you're in the playoff.
Yeah.
Not little underwhelming, isn't it? I mean, Arizona State, Johnny come lately. Texas Tech hasn't done much at the national level. Kansas State's flared up here and there. Iowa State's always that team. Matt Campbell, Iowa State, they're going to be, they end up going 9-3.
Yeah, they're the bite your kneecap team.
Yeah.
Like Dan Campbell with the Detroit Lions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be a physical team, and they're going to control. Iowa's the same way. They're just going to control the game as much as they can with the lines of scrimmage.
Wow, get a load of this. Big 10. Penn State gets the most votes to win it from the athletic college staff, 15. Ohio State at 11. Then a huge drop-off. Oregon gets 2 votes, and nobody else
gets a vote.
How about that, to win the Big 12? So they think it's a 2-team race, and by far. How about that? How about that? Huh. Interesting. There's your most boring team in the world, Iowa. God.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Iowa State to a certain extent as well, but I just be cautious with Penn State.
I know, man. I've had years where I go, man, this has got to be their year.
We've been saying it for years.
And they can't. SEC, according to the athletic college writers, obviously we've talked about Texas. So, of course, they get the nod. Pretty good nod by Texas. 18 votes to win the SEC from the athletic staff. LSU is second with 5. Alabama and Georgia both 2 each. It just looks weird to see that 16 more votes went to Texas than Alabama and Georgia. Texas A&M gets 1, and then everybody else is kind of shut out in the SEC.
I don't even want to see where my alma mater is.
I don't even think they don't have enough games.
They don't even make it in.
No. And is that all? Okay. Group of 5. They've got Boise grabbing that spot again. Tulane, who went to Florida played them in a bowl game. Navy, Memphis has played pretty good ball the last couple of years. There's that UNLV team. I guess this is the Group of 5, not one conference.
Yeah.
But this is Boise. Boise plays an interesting game. Is it early they play? I'm trying to remember. Here we go. Oh, no. I wrote this down. It's a weird time. Boise State is at USF at 5:30. I think they're squeezing in a couple games. I hate the fact that I wish we had some better games, even 2 more watchable games this Saturday. It's 5 games. The only one to watch is Iowa State, Kansas State. That doesn't make me rush home from anywhere.
Nope.
Does it? Iowa State, Kansas State. Now, later in the year, if they were 6-0 and 5-1, and they started carving something out, but and I know they're both ranked in the top 25. I get it. It's a top 25 ranked game. And I don't think last year, and that's the game in Dublin. That's the one FSU and Georgia Tech played. I don't even think Florida State was ranked high going in that game last year. Georgia Tech wasn't ranked. So this Saturday's game, ranking-wise, is a better game on paper than Georgia Tech FSU, but I couldn't wait to watch Georgia Tech FSU. This game Saturday,
No, I mean, but it's football. It's college football, and we've been starving for it.
We have. The spin around, though, the next week is the real week, and we've got 2 good ones on Friday, and I wish they could have split that up. You got Baylor and Auburn Friday night, a week from Friday, week from this coming Friday. Both of those teams need wins. Both coaches on hot seats. The same time, you've got Georgia Tech, Colorado. I want to watch. I hate that those 2 games are on Friday night. I wish they moved one somewhere else, like this Saturday.
Yeah, I mean that.
I'm curious.
And I don't even know what dictates that anymore. It's
are you curious to see what Colorado looks like? What Hunter's gone, of course. Shador's gone.
They lost a lot.
That's the heart of that team. The little Joe Horn receiver. I'll be curious to see what they look like. And I like Georgia Tech. I've always kind of liked Georgia Tech. I love Haynes King, the big quarterback. They've got a real nice running back. I've always kind of liked Georgia Tech.
So they've turned it around a little bit.
Their coach has done a nice job.
Yeah, he's
they
done a
probably
nice job.
Beat Georgia last year.
And they aren't as vanilla as they used to be.
They're away from that.
So they got rid of it.
Total option. I love the option that they used to run under Paul Johnson. I love it. When the options run correctly, it's a beautiful offense. It's a beautiful offense. Did you know Paul Johnson? Remember Paul Johnson? He ran that option.
Of course.
He ran that option at Navy first, then got to Georgia Tech and ran the hell out of it. He had a stop on one of his career moves. I remember looking this up. He was like the OC at Hawaii, and all they did was throw it back in the day. I guess he just got to Navy and just said, I got to adapt to my personnel. And he turned into one of the godfathers of the option. They were fun to watch, Paul Johnson's option teams. You don't like that? You don't like the good old wishbone?
It's boring. I mean,
damn, Emory Billard.
I know.
Invented the wishbone, a former Mississippi State coach.
And it was boring football.
No.
You have to have the personnel to push people around, too, to run that.
When you watched Oklahoma, when they had Barry Switzer and all those players, I won't say the words, buddy, they had about
really
1,000.
Really good players.
They had about 1,000 running backs coming at you.
Yeah.
3 at a time in the wishbone with Thomas Lott and J.C. Watts and those guys.
No, and I remember, too, Mississippi State, my freshman year, John Bond was the quarterback. He ran the option as well as anybody.
I love John Bond at Florida State. So here's the athletic preseason bracket. Here's what they think when it all plays out. Remember, you get automatic bids and at large. So the first round, according to the Athletic, they will have, and I'll watch them. How about Oregon, Alabama, Georgia, Boise State, LSU, Miami. So they like Miami.
Oh, my gosh, they do love Miami.
Notre Dame, Arizona State. So that would be the first round. If they how about this? First 5 out that don't make it, according to the Athletic, in college football playoff. Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Kansas State, South Carolina, and Florida.
Wow. 3 SEC teams.
First 5 out. So if this held, if the Athletic knew something we don't, they would have number 1 seed Texas waiting on the winner of Oregon, Alabama. How about Alabama and Texas? They don't play this year, right?
No.
Unless they meet in the SEC championship game. But how about would that be any fun? Texas, Alabama?
That'd be a blast.
They've got Ohio State at the 4 seed waiting on the winner of Georgia and Boise State. And if it's Georgia, wasn't Ohio State lined up for a potential game-winning? Was that against Georgia a couple of years ago in the national championship game? Marvin Harrison got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they missed that kick. Clemson would be sitting on a bye as the 2 seed. They would play the winner of LSU Miami. That could be a rematch.
Yep.
Right? They open up the season.
Yep.
Boy, they love Miami. Athletic as well.
I don't get it.
Athletic as well. And then their fourth second round game would have Penn State, the 3 seed, would be waiting on the winner of Notre Dame, Arizona State. Huh. How about first 5 out? Gators in there. Trying to see what else, if there's anything else we need to get to. Interesting. There's your boy Carson Beck. So you're not high on Carson Beck. What bugs you about it? You think he's?
I thought the talent that Georgia had was above and beyond him, and he did what he had to do. And you made the point earlier. I don't think he's going to lose a game for you.
And you wonder,
but he may or may not win.
I hear what you say about, is he off-field distracted? A lot going on. The girlfriend and the Lamborghini and the this and the that. And supposedly he rubbed the Georgia teammates when he was there wrong. That he wasn't one of these guys. Hey, he is also about 23 years old too. So you wonder at some point, maybe the last 12 months he's grown. I don't know.
You maybe not, but you call those guys big leaguers.
Yeah.
Right? Or you big league people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm better than you, and you're going to know it. And that doesn't work in a locker room. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
1 second. I need to get our countdown here. Let me hit this little internal programming here. Well, we'll see. He's remember at Mandarin, they were like a 5-loss team that got red hot in the highest classification. He was the quarterback at Mandarin, and they won the state title.
I remember that.
Remember that? And they won the state title with a very average record. Yeah, they.
And I said he's going to Georgia. It's like, what?
He committed to Alabama. Do you know that?
I do.
He committed to Alabama. I'll never forget. We had him. We did a hell. I think you might have been part of it. We had a Saturday high school football show on Saturday morning. It was fun. The wrap up from Friday night, and we had him on that show one Saturday morning because he had just committed to Alabama. He shows up at the Mudville Grill. He and his dad. He's wearing his Alabama, and we get him on the air. Yeah, he had committed and changed his mind.
Yeah,
and changed his mind and goes to Georgia. How about the number of 5-star quarterbacks that Kirby cycled through there? I mean, and he's still doing it. I mean,
I know.
Just one after the other.
Don't you remember at one point a couple of years ago, he had 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That were like the top 3 quarterbacks in the country.
Yeah, and they finally it weeded itself out.
Alabama did that too, and it weeds out, especially with the transfer portal now. It's like it's so easy just to leave.
And it's ironic in terms of sheer production. Out of all those Kirby Smart last 7 or 8 years, triple 5-star quarterbacks from all over the country. Some of them panned out. Some of them were bust. You know who was as productive as all of them? Stetson Bennett.
I know.
He was as productive and won as much or more than any of them.
Yep.
What was his deal? He went to junior college, went to Georgia.
It's a walk-on.
Yeah, walk-on at Georgia. Goes and says, I want to play a little bit. Goes to junior college and comes back.
Like as many scholarships as football gets, and the guy's a walk-on.
Yeah.
What do you get? 85 scholarships? He's like he's not one of your 85.
Yeah, and the measurables weren't there. He wasn't 6'5". Georgia was bringing them all in, man. Remember it started with Jacob Eason like 7 or 8 years ago. And then the guy that
he went out west, right?
He got hurt, and the guy I can't remember who came in behind him, and they just started 5-star. Wins games, man. Give me a lot of 5-stars. I'll take my chances.
Defensive guy too, right? Kirby.
Yeah. Hell, the whole roster. I mean, the recruits he started getting in there. And remember what Kirby did. I say it all the time, though. To take Georgia over the top, Kirby Smart, and I hope Dan Mullen can figure this out, Kirby Smart figured out to get out of his own way. He was micromanaging games and choking the life out of his team and his game and the games. And about year 3 or 4, you could see the light came on. He went, wait a minute. I don't have to be little Napoleon. And he tried to run everything. And he couldn't quite get over the hump. But he said, wait a minute. I got a great staff.
Yeah.
I got great players. I don't need
You have to trust them.
Yeah, definitely. All right, my man. So we're out of here. Got 30 seconds left. What happened on the golf course? Was that today?
Yesterday.
A son might have got you.
My younger son got me by a stroke for the second round in a row.
You know what that means?
Has that ship sailed?
The torch has been passed.
Has that ship sailed?
The torch has been passed. You're now relegated to just telling the golf story.
Well, I'm going to have to start putting more pressure on him, I think.
Not sure what
Is that bad?
I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure if that's legal, but
talking smack.
There you go. You better do something because you
or an
extra
overcome. Coin or two.
You got to overcome. That'll overcome this show. We had a great time. I want to thank our friends here at at Hurricanes Grill and Wings. We'll be at Sliders on Thursday. Tomorrow, back in the studio. Join us at 4 o'clock for the next edition of the Young and Norvelle Show.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at Recycling